ultimately, when it comes down to it, James, how important is a good story?
Having a good story is the determining factor of whether or not you will sell a film that has no names in it. Unless you have big names in the film, which most of us can't afford, the only thing you can sell is the story. And then once you have a good story, of course, you have to follow through with good camera work, good acting. The craft has to be there, but those are things that we already own. Those are our skills. We have to have a great story, not just a story that happens to be 100 pages long. My scripts are rarely 100 pages long. They usually average about 60 pages, because what my actors bring to each film adds so much to the whole product that I'm lucky. I work in Arizona and I get to work with some of the greatest actors around in the industry.
Is it possible to take very little money and still tell a very interesting story?
When you have an interesting story, you don't actually need a lot of money. You want to keep the movie focused on the story. So even if you had a huge budget, a lot of the times, how much money do you need to keep the story focused on the characters? And really, a good story is all about good characters. The plot is just the backdrop. So don't worry about coming up with a great plot. Worry about coming up with great characters that are full of surprises. And make sure that there's something wrong with each one of them. Perfect characters are boring. You have to make characters there's something wrong with them. And the more seriously wrong they are, the more interesting of a character they're going to be. If somebody's perfect Patty, you know, nobody wants to watch this perfect character do everything that's expected. You need a crazy character. That's why actors like Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson, that's what made them famous. They always played these crazy characters that were very unpredictable. So having a good, clean story that is something that the audience can follow, that there's some sleight of hand going on where you're misdirecting the audience to make certain assumptions, and then you pull a rug out from under them later, but they have all the information that if they were not so prejudicial, they would have been able to guess what was coming. That's a really great technique. A lot of the greats did that. Hitchcock did it, David Lynch, lots of the greats in the business follow that formula, and it never fails. Everybody loves a Sixth Sense film.
Watch our weekly interviews with indie filmmakers as they share their insight and advice with you. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, or just click on the links below this window and bam, you're in. And make sure to catch The Last Speech, the independent feature thriller seen in more than 180 countries. Written and directed by Emmy Award winner Edgar Ibarra. Available on YouTube at this link, or just click on the link below. Thanks for supporting indie film and indie filmmakers alike. Enjoy the movie.